Hi YouTube, this is MrBurp and I have battled against Mr.Bleachedbones. He's a good friend of me and he's actually the guy that got me into Pokémon. So let's just watch the battle. It's a very interesting one. Alright, so I'm challenged by Kelso and he leads off with his Weavile and I lead off with my Swampert, and I know he's going to fake out, so I protect myself. And he does go for the fake out, so that's great for me. And I go for an earthquake, and I'm actually like, oh, how come I'm faster? This Weavile is like max speed. And then he goes for the counter, and I'm like, oh crap. So I'm pretty sure that I'm going to die. But I don't. I survive with 12 hit points, and after leftovers, I have like 37 hit points left, so I protect again, just to see what move he's going to go for, and he goes for a Night Slash. So I know I can safely switch in Heatran, figuring that he will go for another Night Slash this turn, and he does go for another Night Slash, and after leftover recoveries, that did like nothing to me, so I know he's going to switch out, and I set up a sub on his switch, and he goes into his Snorlax, which is a wall. And the best thing you can do with a wall is just to poison that. And I poisoned this Snorlax, so yeah, it's kind of bad for him, it's kind of good for me. And he goes for an Earthquake, because yeah, it's super effective. And it will break my sub, and he even gets a useless crit. So I know he's going to go for another Earthquake. So I decide to switch into my Salamence, and because of its flying type, it will do nothing. And this turn, I'm not sure what he is going to do, so I just decide to go for Dragon Dance to raise my speed and to raise my attack, and he does switch, so that's great for me. And he sets up a Sandstorm because he switched into Tyranitar as I get up my Dragon Dance. So I know Earthquake is super effective, and after a Dragon Dance it will kill this thing for sure. So I go for an Earthquake, and the Tyranitar does go down. Yeah, it does take a little while, of course, because yeah, Tyranitar has like lots of health. And I do take out Tyranitar. So now he switches into his Porygon-z. And I was like, I have a Dragon Dance up, I'm pretty sure I'm faster than this thing. But I totally forgot this thing is Scarfed. And I should have remembered this because I used his team, the team of my opponent as well. So yeah, an Ice Beam does take out my Salamence because it's 4 times effective, and this thing has like massive special attack. So I switch back into my Heatran because I know he leapt himself into Ice Beam, and he switches again into his Snorlax as I set up the substitute, and he's going for an Earthquake just to break my substitute. We all have seen that. So yeah, he gets leftover recoveries. I go for a Fire Blast this turn, and yeah, that does like nothing to this thing, cause yeah, it's especially bulky. And he goes for an Earthquake, and even without a crit, as you all should know, that will break my substitute. So I know this thing has Body Slam as well, so I decide to switch into my Gengar. Cause yeah, this Snorlax can't do anything to me. So yeah, after game effects, poison, leftovers, I switch into my Gengar as he goes for an Earthquake. So I'm going for a Focus Blast because it's super effective, and I'm not sure he stayed in. Yeah, after game of. Okay, so it does stay in, and I go for the Focus Blast, and that will do some decent damage to this Snorlax. It does even take him out. So his Snorlax is down, and he decides to switch into his Weavile again, and I thought I was faster for sure, and he thought that as well, because we were both like, oh, how come this thing is faster? But yeah, it is faster, and it does take out my Gengar with a Night Slash. So yeah, it really sucked for me because I was pretty sure I'm faster. So now I go into my Heatran again, and he goes for a Taunt. As I was expecting the switch, I went for a Toxic. So yeah, kind of blows, and because I want to take out his Sting, and I don't want to risk him going into something that has Levitate or is Flying type, I go for a Fire Blast, and yeah, it does take out Weavile, which is pretty obvious, and yeah, I don't remember this part very well, so yeah, he decides to go for his Salamence, and this thing was even tougher than I thought it would be, so I switch into my Tyranitar, hoping to get off a Stone Edge, as he goes for the Dragon Pulse, and it does less than half, so at this point I make a mistake, because I should have stayed in, and let him do another Dragon Pulse, because he's locked into it, and then I could get off a Stone Edge and probably kill this thing, but I do decide to switch into my Vaporeon, and it does do more than half, so yeah, the leftovers won't do anything, because the Sandstorm is still up, and I have to switch out again, because else my Vaporeon will die, so I switch into this Swampert kind of as a dead father, so I can get a safe switch in, and yeah, so I decide to go back into my Heatran, figuring he can take in Dragon Pulse, and he decides to switch as well, and he goes into his Porygon-z. And I was like, yeah, this thing can do nothing to me, so I go for a Toxic. And he goes, oh yeah, I'm sorry, first there's Sandstorm, and there's Poison, and of course the leftovers. And at this point I was like, yeah, this thing can't do anything to me except for a neutral Thunderbolt, but I totally forgot that he has Hidden Power Fighting, but luckily for me I do survive with 29 hit points, and I go for a Fire Blast, and I don't miss, which is actually pretty great, and that does take out the Porygon-z. So I think, yeah, he has like 2 Pokemon left at this point, his Fortress and his Salamence, and he does go back into his Salamence, and I am pretty sure that he's going to take me out as he goes for a Dragon Pulse, and I die. So I don't know what I'm going to go into. Oh yeah, I go into my Vaporeon, and he switches out and he goes into his Blurb, aka Fortress, as I went for a Protect. Yeah, so we both get the leftover recoveries, and I go for a Wish, kind of to get my health points back on this Vaporeon, as he goes for Toxic, which actually sucks because a Toxic Vaporeon is never good. And here he makes a misplay, I think, because, yeah, I went for the Protect, which is obvious after a Wish, and he goes for an Explosion. So this Fortress goes down, and that's great for me, because, yeah, I had like not a good counter left except for Tyranitar. And yeah, so the only Pokemon he has left is his Salamence, and I really don't know how that I'm going to take down this thing. So yeah, he goes into his Mance, and I know that he has to go for a Draco Meteor if he wants to have a shot of winning this thing. So yeah, he does go for the Draco Meteor, and yeah, he was like, I can't risk going for a Dragon Pulse because then I would lose for sure. So I have to go for the Draco Meteor, and even if I do get a special attack drop, yeah, it's the only shot I got left, and he's right, in my opinion. So I go into Tyranitar, I'm praying to God that I can take this Draco meter because Stone Edge will kill this thing. And I do take it, and I have like 53 hit points left. And I go for a Stone Edge, and I get a miss. And we were both laughing. And then he decides to go for Draco meter, and he gets the miss. So I hit with Stone Edge. So yeah, it's this point it's good game. And yeah, the ending, it was really epic. Lots of fun playing this game. Yeah, good game. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Bye.